Hi everybody, welcome back to Spookytober. I'm Dakion and I've made some decisions. Number one, I'm gonna start with the Vampire Lord and Soulreaver Knights as my first part of this project. And second, I'm not waiting until Monday. I told you last video that I would check in with you during my normal update video, but I've decided no. I'll keep these Spookytober updates as a separate series of videos, and I won't mention these minis at all in my Mondays. So what do we have inside here? Well, we have a little booklet, which I don't know if it tells us anything interesting. It's just some general ideas about assembly and painting and collecting magic points. And then we have some foam. We have a padded plastic bag. We have these cavalry bases. And a lot of stuff. Okay, I'll sort through this on my own and get back to you when I have some sort of idea what's in here. Alright, so what we're looking at here is a combination of metal and plastic parts. And thankfully the plastic is real hard plastic. It's not resin or that rustic crap. Let's look at them. First off, we have these parts here, which are the Lord, who is completely metal. He has two halves of a horse, a lower body, and an upper body with an attached lance and shield and everything. The other metal parts are for the Soulreavers, and these are their upper bodies, which are torso, head, left arm and shield, and then the right arm with a lance. There's two different bodies and two different right arms. Presumably you can mix and match to create some variety. However, the lower bodies of Soulreavers are all the same as far as I can tell, and they're all plastic. I think they're all the same. Yeah, they're pretty much all the same. Then we have these four, well, half bases. You presumably glue them on here, and these are for helping you put the pegs on the horse's hooves into these holes so that they will stand in a more stable fashion. I don't know why there's 4 holes in each one, because each horse only actually stands on 2 or at most 3 legs, and it only has the pegs in the hind feet, hind hooves. Possibly because you can turn it 2 different ways and use either these 2 holes or these 2. I'm not sure. Now there's not much in the way of mold lines or flashing. I was wondering what this stuff is. This thing here, is that sort of a cropped tail or something? But no, it's just a lump of plastic. It's probably a vent. This probably has to be taken off. I assume the tails are supposed to be inside the barding, the horse armor. Now, the horse bodies, you got 4 left sides and 4 right sides, and there's 2 varieties of each. And at first I thought that since if you look at these 2, the legs are different and the heads are different, but the actual connection part of the bodies are the same. And if you look at the 2 different other sides, it's the same. So presumably you could fit these together either way. That's what I thought. But let's do this. This will work, kind of, because if you do this combination, you can kind of fit them into the holes, or maybe not. you space them a little bit apart, they will fit. However, if you take this body and what's the other? This is the other leg combination. I mean, this right and this other left side. The bodies will fit together. If I get these out of the way. But you will get a hoof combination that it doesn't, maybe it does work. He will stand a little angled on this base if you do that. Let's try the other version. This and this. How's this fits? Yes, this fits. This will fit into some holes. Yeah, maybe my first impression was right. But this one. Yeah. This ain't gonna work unless you put it like that. And then... Maybe. In any case, there's going to be a lot of gap filling here. A lot of gluing, a lot of gap filling. I think the way these are set up, I will probably assemble them all before painting, or at least assemble all the plastic parts, glue everything plastic together first and paint that. Maybe I'll keep the torso separate for the first part of the painting. Add them later. No. It's not quite in the way. There's nothing really stopping me from assembling everything, I think. Yeah, it should work. These arms are not super weird either. Nah, this is gonna work. So, I don't know how much I'm gonna get done today. I'll cut the video here, try to do some cleanup and maybe start the assembly a little bit, and we'll see how far I get, and I'll come back and update you at the end of the day. So some assembly has been done. Before we get into that, I should note that I was wrong about something. There are actually two different versions of the lower bodies for the riders. The differences are extremely slight. That's why I didn't notice them at first. Anyway, on to the assembly. Oops. I put together the two halves of this metal guy with super glue, of course. And maybe this is, I don't know, is this hair? The thing on, is this, or is this supposed to be there? I'll have to look closer at that. I use plastic cement for the plastic guys and attach them to these bases. As you can see, there's huge gaps in places. They don't fit together equally well. See, it fits together here and underneath, but not right here. And there's other places where there's a gap on top, but it fits together well underneath, and vice versa. Some don't fit. Let's see. No, pretty much all of them fit together well underneath, it seems. Well, that's good because I don't need to fill as much. And because of the differing positions of the legs, because I did mix and match the body parts, they look kind of misaligned a little bit on the bases sometimes, but that's I'll solve that when I attach them to these bases. See, I'm not going to align it by the smaller base, because then the horse would be standing like this. I will adjust it so that the horse is standing straight, and so this base is angled, but that won't be noticed because I will you know, fix it with some filler material and grit and all that sort of stuff. And I will place them something like there, I think. I think the deciding factor is that the rider needs to be in the center of the base and looking forward. So this portion here is where the saddle is going to be. So that needs to be centered. The other option would be to make sure the entire model fits on the base. So move it back here so the head is in the base. I don't know. It would look like it's too far back. It looks better. I think it looks better in the middle, like that. It's better that the head is reaching a bit forward of the base, because then it gives an impression of movement forward, that there's some sort of initiative happening here. Anyway, this these gaps will have to be filled, and I think they're too large in many cases for the plastic putty, so I will have to go green stuff on this. Probably, yeah. And yeah, that will be the next step, will be first to glue them on to these bases and then do all the green stuff work on the horses before moving on to the riders. And I think this is a different type of plastic from the models, so I'll probably super glue this on, not risk the plastic cement. That might make a mess. Right, anyway, that's what's happened today. I won't be working on this project every day, and I won't be posting videos every day like I think I mentioned. Next time I will have time to do something on this will probably be, well, I think Tuesday. Don't hold me to that, but I think probably Tuesday. This one isn't very stable, is it? It needs to be glued to the base. Ah, well. So, Spookytober continues apace. I'll see you next time, whenever that may be. Until then, Dakian, signing off.